Over the years, there have been a plethora of 2D platformers released, and they became very popular thanks to the success of the original Mario Bros. However, two of the most unique and interesting platformers ended up not being too popular, those being Metroid and Castlevania. But that didn't stop them from getting multiple entries and spin-offs. They eventually formed a new genre called Metroidvania, which I would still say is a fairly niche genre, but definitely more popular than it used to be. However, they both went quite a while without a new 2D entry. Metroid became a dope-ass first-person shooter, we don't talk about you, and Castlevania was doing whatever the hell this was. But indie teams were making and releasing their own Metroidvanias during this time, and some ended up being pretty popular like Hollow Knight, Dead Cells, and Ori. Until one fateful night, Nintendo finally unveiled Samus Returns, a remake of Metroid Return of Samus on the 3DS. Baby steps, I guess. Then, 4 years later, holy shit! The continuation of the story after almost 20 years. But why did it take so long? Well, according to Yoshio Sakamoto in the Metroid Dread development diary, they tried making the game multiple times, but the hardware was never good enough until the Switch. I feel like there's more to it than that, but I guess we'll never know until they say. Now on to all things Metroid Dread. You play as bounty hunter Samus Aran sometime after the events of Fusion, where she destroys planet SR-388 along with all of the X-Parasites. Or so she thought. After receiving a video transmission of an X-Parasite alive, Samus is sent to investigate planet ZDR to figure out how it got there and who sent the video. However, once she arrives, she is confronted by a very powerful being, and they take away all of her abilities. You immediately get a feel for how good the game plays once you're in control. The newly added slide, along with the more fleshed out counter from Samus Returns, makes you feel much more mobile before even getting the first few upgrades. They even hold the morph ball for some time instead of it being the first or second upgrade like past entries. Every upgrade feels satisfying to get as it gives you more mobility, turns Samus into an even bigger badass, or lets you explore areas that were inaccessible before. Some even help you face the Dread. Exploring Planet ZDR is super fun, not only because the game looks amazing and the mobility options, but there's stuff to find everywhere, which is good for my ADD ass. Shoot this wall, oh hello, or doing challenges that require using multiple abilities, which I found to be pretty fun. There are tons of upgrades to find too, whether it be more capacity for your weapons or an increase to your health. The background environments have neat little details in them too, sometimes even showing a peek of a boss that's coming up. You may be wondering what the aforementioned Dread is. That would be the Emmys, originally sent to investigate planet ZDR by the Galactic Federation. However, they lost contact with them, and when Samus arrives, she quickly finds out they have been turned hostile. And man, they are probably my favorite part of this game right after the boss fights. They are scary. None of your normal weapons work against them, so running and hiding is the only option. And if they get a hold of you, it's an instant kill, unless you hit the virtually impossible counter. Also, the way they crawl is pretty creepy. They're a nice change of pace from the normal action side of the game. The later ones get especially stressful because of their abilities, although I will admit, it's slightly less scary when a blue raspberry Emmy is chasing you. But the music that plays when it sees you is fucking perfect. It's basically if Stress and Panic had a theme song. The music in general fits the game very well. The area themes are very eerie and give a sense that danger could be around any corner, or at least that's how I felt. The boss themes for me are personally hit or miss. Most are pretty good, but a few just didn't do it for me, like Scorpius's theme. I'm giving a bit of a spoiler warning now since I'm gonna be talking about the bosses, so if you don't want to see any of them, you can skip to this time frame. The bosses are super fun in this game and can put up a good challenge. The designs kick ass too. Learning how to fight them can take a few attempts, but that's part of the fun. And they have the coolest counter animations, like look at this shit. Easily the most badass Samus has ever been. She also keeps that energy in some of the cutscenes. And I won't say more than this, but this game has one of my favorite twists in a video game. Unfortunately, the mini bosses are just copy and pasted and add like one new gimmick. I would have liked a bit more variety, especially when replaying, but they were still fun to fight. Speaking of replaying, Metroid Dread has quite a bit to keep you playing after beating it. You can jump right back in and try to finish it faster, which unlocks new art in the gallery, or go for 100%. There's a boss rush mode where you fight every boss as fast as you can, or you can attempt Dread mode, which is made for insane people. Everything kills you in one hit. Everything. Energy tanks won't save you this time. I loved every second of Metroid Dread from start to finish. It's easily one of my favorite games of all time now. Definitely the best way to bring back 2D Metroid, and hopefully there's more to come and they don't take 20 years to release a new one. So this video took a bit longer to write than expected, but holy shit, Metroid's back, baby! We got Metroid Prime Remastered a few weeks ago, and now Fusion on Switch Online, so expect me to cover those soon. Bye bye now.